Hi good people, this is Lois Maingi. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching me from. Today I have come to speak, to talk about single parenting, especially single daddies, and I have come to say congratulations to all single fathers who are taking care of their kids without their partners. I know it is not easy. So wababa wote wenye mnalea watoto wenyu, congratulations, you are doing a very good job there. May God bless you so much. I'm a product of those kids who were brought up by single parents. I was brought up by my dad, and I will be speaking some things, the challenges that we go through as kids who are there without their mother, because it is not easy. I can tell you it is not easy, but by grace of God, somehow tuna manage na tuna make it in life. So even you who you are, maybe you are there, unalewa na mzazi mmoja, unalewa na babako, mamako hayuko, I have just come to encourage you and tell you that you will make it. Just hold on life. You will make it. There is a bright future ahead of you, and there is nothing that should make you worry. There is nothing that should bring you down. Just be like any other kid, though there is a lot of challenges on the way, but God is faithful. You will make it. So nataka kusema kwamba mimi I was brought by my dad, without my mother, for since I was in class 4. Nilizaliwa kwa marriage, kwa mamangu na babangu. They were married. I can say they had a happy marriage, because I'm a firstborn and we were 3. So ukiona mwanamke amezaa watoto mpaka wamefika watatu, I can say there before she had a good marriage and she was enjoying the marriage. But somehow something happened on the way, and I think akashindwa na kuvumilia, and she walked out of the marriage and she left us with our daddies. And I can say today here I am, my heart is clean. I forgave my mother for leaving us with the dad, and I also forgave dad for maybe breaking his marriage. And I say thank you, Dad, for taking care of us and responsibility as a father, and you brought us. We appreciate everything that they did for us. And for our mother, I will also appreciate, though today they are all late, but wherever they are, may their spirit continue resting in peace. We appreciate, and Mungu alitusaidia tuka grow up na tukakuwa watu wakubwa. So I remember my dad was violent, and the violence, that is what made his marriage break. The other things, he was very good. I remember my mother even saying my dad was that man mwenye akichukua mshahara yake anakuja anampatia pesa yote, anamwambia weka. So the mother, you can imagine, my mother was the bank for my dad. Alikuwa anakuja anachukua pesa yote anampatia, anamwambia my wife, keep this. Then my mother was she was responsible for that money. Ni yeye anatumia mpaka ziishe, na the day zitaisha babangu amwambie I want 2000, amwambia hakuna kitu zimeisha. My dad was okay, because alijua pesa yake imetumika vizuri. So in those sides my dad was good. He was taking care of his family well. But sasa shida ilitokea hapa. Mzee akienda akilewa, akikuja jioni, ngumi, yani fight every time. I was young. Can you imagine? I was in class 4, but I was seeing, and I was like, hey, my mother chenye anapitia, it is hard. So that day I remember very well, when my mother was now saying enough, it is enough, and she decided to go. It was in the night that my dad came very drunk, akafight na mamangu, akafight. Then in the morning, alipolala sasa, in the morning ilipofika, mamangu akaniita, akaniambia, now Lois, you are grown up, you are big enough, and I want to explain this to you, that this life, it is becoming too much for me. I cannot hold it anymore. I have decided to leave your dad and to leave you with your dad. I'm leaving you because my mother was a housewife, and she told us that we are leaving you because now if I go with you, I'm not working, we will strain. So I'm just leaving with your dad. My dad was working, alikuwa anafanya na civil servant, alikuwa anafanya department ya health, alikuwa daktari. So akatuambia mimi nitawaacha na baba yenu niende, just for my life. because ilikuwa imefika mahali my mother now amekuwa stressed up, amekuwa depressed every day. It's fight every day. There is no peace in that life, in a way that I'm young but I'm still seeing it. So my mother told me, if I continue staying here, I will lose my life, I will die, and if I die, I will leave you without a mother. So the best option for me, it is first to take a break of this marriage and just go to leave your dad, and maybe I just go and rest, just go and relax, because if I continue being here, depression will kill me. And imagine at my age, class 4 ni msichana mdogo sana, I understood my mother and I said, it is well my mom, it is well, you just go. I released my mother to go, and my mother packed her things and she went. Now when my dad was awake in the morning, aliangalia tu nyumba akaona there is something which is not 1 + 1, it is not 2. Then he called me, Lois, where is your mother? And I lied to him, I don't know where is my mother. And for real, I knew, because I even nilisindikiza mamangu akienda, I knew my mother has left. So I told my dad, I don't know where is my mother. And my mother, that is how my mother left us. So one thing I'm happy about it is because when my mother was going, she sat down with me. She explained to me, no matter how young I was, she tried to make it make sense for me. And from that day, I was not bitter why my mom has left, because I was seeing and my mother has explained, and I'm aware I'm part of it. I felt like I'm part of it, so I have saved my mother going. So that is what happened. My mother left and my mother went, and we remained there with our dad. Now remember, my dad, he is working with a civil servant. He is that person every day, every time ako kazini, seminars all over a week. She is not there with us. And I remember from the day my mother went, we stayed with our father for only 2 weeks. And then from there, our dad took us to the village. Hey, sema maisha kubadilika. You are from town where you are getting everything, and now you are back to the village. The village, it is where you don't even know where to start. You have never been even into that village. And to make the matter worse, you are going to stay in the village with your grandmother. Now, it is from your mother and dad to the hands of your grandmother, who is old, who cannot do anything. You are going there now, you are starting washing your own clothes, cooking for yourself, because our grandmother is old. He can't do everything for you. And in that home, there is nobody else. It is grandmother and us two. We were 3, but my mother went with the last born. I was remained with my younger brother mwenye amenifuata sasa. We are 2. We changed the school from private school to now public school in the village. Hey, watoto wa town wamekuja village, hata hatujui Kikamba inaanziwanga wapi. Tumeenda shule, in the class ni watu wanaongea Kikamba, you don't know where to start, you don't have a mother. You are going back home in the evening from school, you are there with your grandfather. Even their father is not there because amebaki kazini. Sasa tumebaki na nyanya yetu, and life changed completely from that time. Life changed completely from that time. It was a different life now for us, but we had no option. We had to cope with that life. Now tumekuwa watoto wa ghetto, watoto wa village. I mean, we are no more kids for town. Hakuna kukula mkate na Blue Band, but our dad tried. Imagine, our dad tried. He tried to shop for us every morning. Tulikuwa tunakula chai na mkate imepakwa Blue Band. I can remember in the nearest butchery, we used to take meat there every day. Our dad used to pay on weekend. So kila siku tunachukua nyama tunakula. But hata ukikula nini, life has changed. Life has totally changed. So our life totally changed from that time. Now tuko hapa sasa, maisha ya geshagi na nyanya yetu. My dad went, my mother went. After my mother went, she came Mombasa. her dad was living in Mombasa. So alikuja kuanzia maisha kwa babake. Alirudi kwa babake Mombasa ndio akuja atafute kitu ya kufanya aendelee na maisha. Kumbuka hata yeye maisha yake imebadilika. This lady was a housewife. Now ameenda kuhustle, ameanza kung'ang'ana.